Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Mirade.
And I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
The road to WrestleMania has begun. Wrestling fans are looking to add to their man caves. You got to see what we have in the eBay store.
Check it out.
Support Wrestling Insiders in-studio shoot interviews on eBay with this brand new personally autographed WWE Royal Rumble 2021 11x14 poster signed by WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, his advocate Paul Heyman, and Kevin Owens. Reigns and Owens battled for the Universal title in a last standing match January 31st in the Thunderdome in Tampa. This limited edition collector's poster is number 31 of only 50 produced. Comes with WWE authentication hologram on the poster itself. Also comes with an on-air shout-out from WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas and a bonus autographed 8x10 photo. Get this rare, awesome collectible for your man cave and help keep wrestling legends working now. Boston Wrestling Sports and the MWF explodes into a new year of unknown with professional wrestling content galore, and we need you to join our family. Every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. after we review the previous night's Monday Night Raw, it's Wrestling Insiders at your house with the unpredictable WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Wednesday nights after WWE, NXT, and AEW at 10 p.m., you never know who's going to show up on Wrestling Insiders Special Edition. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after our NXT and Dynamite review, it's Marty Jannetty's No Holds Barred Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll journey through the 80s and 90s on Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. Friday nights after the lights go down at the Thunderdome on SmackDown, it's John Cena Sr.'s Wrestling Insiders Fabulous Fridays. Plus, look for classic clips, bonus live episodes, pay-per-view watch-alongs, and more. If you want early, ad-free access to all of our Wrestling Insider talk shows, our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library, and to help keep wrestling legends working during the worst of times, for less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, join our growing family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. Expect the unexpected in 2021.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, welcome to another installment, a return installment of Wrestling Insiders Current Events. I'm Dan Mirade, joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Dave Cotter. We have been MIA with these TV reviews because we were very busy in the Sunshine State for the better part of a week as part of a WrestleMania 37 weekend. We had our Wrestle House endeavor in Tampa, Florida, where at least 7 of the 9 featured superstars showed up for what was a tremendous week, to say the very least, Dave.
Absolutely. I had a lot of fun. It was great to get to know some of these guys, watching the interviews people will be able to watch in the next coming weeks and months. I think they're going to really like what they see. It was just a good time all around. Got live wrestling again. I had a blast.
Well, it's kind of a somber day where WWE has released 9 or 10 talents, but I am a man that loves to provide cheer when I can, a man that loves surprises when I can. Would you like some good news?
Yes, I would.
You would not believe who's here at the studio today.
Who is?
Justin.
I don't know who that is.
Well, he's here.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
I think that's fantastic.
It is fantastic. All right. Well, it was a heck of a week in Tampa. I left my laptop on the Southwest Airlines flight, and they were kind enough to retrieve it. I thought I lost my wallet once. It happened to be stuck in between the sheet and the blanket on my bed after hours of tearing the house apart. And then I lost it for real the day you flew home, when the wallet was in the center console, and I had to leap the barricade at the Hertz Rent-A-Car at Tampa Airport and wander through the parking lot to the makeshift Hertz customer service desk to find a supervisor that could help, and they retrieved the wallet. So all's well that ends well.
Yeah, absolutely. We were there for little bit. It threw a couple loops at us, couple wrenches in the plans, but we managed to get it through. And when you called me, I was like, oh, man, not again. But I'm glad that you found it and was safe and sound, Sure that the trip ended the right way, because that would have been a bad day if you ended it with losing the wallet.
And then even after I had checked my bags in at the airport and was getting ready to be wheeled to my gate, I realized that I forgot my bag with my medicine and my pillow in it. So
Did
the war.
you?
Oh, you didn't even know that, Pod?
No.
Well, yeah. Just when you thought the fun was over and I was getting ready to fly home, we had to call Glance back to the airport with the bag with the pillow and the medicine in it.
Oh, my God.
So it was a series of misadventures. Poor Demolition Axe, what he had to go through, missing his scheduled appearance with us when his entire family with him, like a Griswold vacation. The car broke down. He spent the day at the dealership. Then when they checked into the hotel, apparently it was insect infected. And then we had New Jack, who's independent event, ran just a tad bit late for what we wanted to do, so he's going to be joining us next month here live in MWF Studios, which should be very memorable. I know Howard Miller is already looking forward to it. And Howard doesn't impress easy.
Well, he's in for definitely a shocking, fun time with New Jack. Tell him to watch some stuff about him. He'll really get to know
Oh,
who
he
he
already
is.
knows him. That's why Howard sometimes surprises me when he has no idea about anything that has to do
That's
with
what I was gonna
certain
say,
modern people, and then you throw out someone like a New Jack, or who was another one that surprised me that he knew all about? Leo Rush.
Really?
Howard is a unique entity. But we're proud to have him as part of the team. One thing I have to give a shout out to him, and I hopefully I'm not giving him a shout out if he didn't help, but our other new ally here at the studio, Dave, while we were transporting home from Florida, they set the setup so everything was ready to roll bright and early Wednesday morning with the man with the piece that's so sticky it makes Majo Oulette jealous. John Cena Sr., we taped some great WrestleMania-themed episodes, so my thanks to them for helping us make things happen even when we weren't even in the state.
That's awesome.
And
It's
apparently
really cool.
Justin watched. I don't know. But Cecil the Lion told him he didn't exist last night, which was a little insulting to him, but that's a
Jesus.
different story for a different time. You know Cecil's wild jungle-like mood swings, so... But anyway, we are here now. We kind of have a new format when it comes to Thursday nights, of course, at 10 p.m. We have Marty Jannetty's No Holds Barred, sex, drugs, and rock and roll look at the 80s and 90s on Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty. However, on our review show at 9 p.m., we only have one show now.
I know. It's crazy.
It is unbelievable. Even we're kind of adding to the empire, so to speak, with the addition of the NXT review show on Wednesday nights, where it's now on Tuesday. But this is going to be a much more condensed version, I imagine. I don't think we'll need a whole hour to review AEW Dynamite from Ursula Daly's place in Jacksonville, Florida, prior to Party with Marty. But you never know. It could always be an interesting week. So with that...
I'll tell you one thing. Reviewing it, I like actually the split days only because I feel like it compares. You know how you take in two different shows? Sometimes it's like a lot.
Yes,
so
too much.
You know what I mean? So if watching one show at night, kind of like this. I got to really watch AEW, and just, I don't know. It seemed like a better watch for me like this.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you found it to be that way. So with that said, I'm sure we'll have many cheap plugs to throw in throughout the duration of the program, but I am still a very tired man from our week in Florida with my long 4 and 5 hour nights of sleep trying to prepare for all the interviews and the other disasters that went on. So I pass the baton to you. What went down last night on AEW Dynamite on TNT?
AEW Dynamite from 14-21. We it off with some highlights from the Bucks turning on Moxley from the week before, which we didn't actually get to see, so it was kind of seeing a little bit of review of it.
It was fresh for us.
Yeah, exactly. They did it. They basically, while they were showing the reviews, they were talking through it. It was a taped little thing. They said they did it for friendship and that they're the best tag team in wrestling and they're going to show a new, better version of themselves. quick little thing just to kick off AEW, and then we went right into the Mike Tyson backstage talking, but he didn't really get much out because MJF interrupted him. MJF says group is set with him. I'm not asking you to cheat during the match tonight, but be on the right side of history. Offers him a blank check with nothing on it, no money made out to him, and Tyson grabs it, starts ripping it up, and puts it in his mouth and eats it. And then they go, and that's how it ends. Like I said, we didn't see what happened last week. So from watching highlights and things, it looks like he's the inner circle, as we will find on later on that night what will happen. But what do you think of Mike Tyson, Jordan? I know we've talked about it before, how he can't really add that much. He's not that relevant, you know what I mean, in like he was back in '98 and things like that.
Well, my thoughts exactly. I don't know how much Iron Mike Tyson adds mainstream credibility in 2021 compared to what he brought to the then World Wrestling Federation, now WWE, in 1998. Is he still a name that most people will recognize? I'd like to think so. I'd like to think that the gentlemen in this room know who Iron Mike is, but does it have the value that it would have in the 2010s or the 2000s or the late 90s? I do not think so.
Exactly, and that's what I was thinking. But yeah. So from there, we first match of the night. It was AEW Tag Team Title match: Phoenix and Pac versus the Young Bucks with Don Callis. Don Callis joining the commentary team. Really good match. I enjoyed it a lot. I finally get to watch. You know, instead of comparing to anything, like I said, we got right through the whole show. It was a really good match. Pac is so good. How WWE let him walk away or whatever happened to the contract. Fans still, and Ray Phoenix, well, some crazy moves. I know a lot of the high flying for me, but he's so athletic. A match you could have with an AJ Styles in WWE or a Ricochet, people like it's a long match, but it was good, and it was, it really made me go, oh, is it almost over? Almost over yet? Some great displays of move sets between the Bucks and the Pac. Nick Jackson ends up ripping off the mask of Ray Phoenix and ends up getting the pin on him once he did that because Phoenix was covering his gain the titles. I don't know if I like him ripping off the mask. I feel like that's like, it's already been done. It's not a bad thing. What did
your phone is breaking up a little bit. Are you on a headset right now or on speaker or?
No, I'm what do you call it? I actually have 5G. I'm surprised I am. Are you sure it's not you?
No, now you're crystal clear, whatever it was you just did. Did you move?
No, I didn't do anything. I picked up my phone just to make sure I had service. I have 5G, so I'll keep it right here. Sorry about that.
We'll blame it on Justin. That's all right. I think you asked me what I actually thought
of mask ripped off.
Oh, from they've done that so many times. It's old.
So, match though, was it too much for you? Or did you like it? What do you think?
The match itself wasn't bad, but I mean, how many times are you going to rip Spider-Man's mask off before you know it's Peter Parker?
Exactly what I said. I don't know if you heard me. She said I was bringing it up, but I said, how many times are you going to rip off mask? It's been done before. I don't know. It didn't any surprise to me. I thought the match was good though.
The work itself was good.
Yeah, exactly. From there, we Hangman Adam Page backstage promo with the Dark Order.
His 7 dwarfs.
Yeah, he basically doesn't answer any of the questions that he got asked from the interview. He just says an update on John Silver shoulder. Be out another. Then the Dark Order just starts screaming and yelling, and they go away.
Yeah, I wish they'd just go away permanently, but
right. I don't understand. Talk about it every time we do one of these. Why Adam Page stuck with this? Why stuck doing this stupid stuff when it's so damn good? I can't take it. I don't know how you. I'm probably pretty same boat with how we felt about it, but what almost.
It's a waste of time for a guy that has all the talent in the world to be stuck with these guys that aren't. I don't want to put them down too much. They're just not over. They're not interesting. They do nothing of any consequence on the show. I hate to continue to bring the name up, but they remind me of Brody Lee and Luke Harper. And you know what? Why would you want to be reminded of something so sad of a 40-year-old man that passed away right before Christmas time. I would do away with them. I would try and repackage them. I wouldn't release them, but I wouldn't put them on the A television show, that's for sure.
And the worst thing about it is because I think they're doing it, they're never going to get rid of this. I feel like it's going to be a faction that just more members. Some get lost, but they're always going to keep it because they're going to keep the memory of Brody dead.
Well, maybe they should change it to the Bright Order then and try and find something cheery about it.
Right?
As a way to honor his memory.
There you go. From there, we get another promo with Inner Circle. Jericho calls the Pinnacle the Pineapple. Just a little dig at him. Called Mike Tyson for help. Wants Mike to have his back. Mike Tyson is the special enforcer in the match tonight. Mike's called down the middle. Jericho does something that's not right. He's gonna, make sure you call it to Jericho, and the same thing with MJF. And they're calling there. The promo. I mean, it had basically explained to us.
We're losing you again, Dave.
I don't know. I'm right here,
What's
man.
going on up in New Hampshire up there?
It's raining. We're gonna have a pretty good storm tonight. I don't know.
That's it then. Maybe it's going to be a wild storm up in New Hampshire.
What the promo with Jericho? Did you hear that part? Anything?
I did. No, I thought the promo with Jericho was good. The pineapple. Whatever. But
yeah.
I think the Inner Circle is better off as baby faces as they get that kind of reaction, just as long as they don't turn them into a comedic group. I don't think wrestling needs any more comedic baby faces. I think they need baby faces that are going to go out and kick ass and take no prisoners. Like
right
Howard when he's been told he has to go out on a Monday morning to tape electric car charger initiative videos. But that's a different story for a different time.
Right on.
Yeah.
From there we get another match. Red Velvet versus Jade Cargill.
Please, just enough.
Red Velvet attacks Jade in the beginning of the match. One thing is Jade looks amazing. Smoking hot girl. I can't wait to get to soon enough she'll be out of AEW and she go where it matters to be a woman player. She looks fantastic, phenomenal athlete. Jade just basically throws Velvet all over the place, beats the crap out of her, picks her up. She's so strong. She's good. I would love to see a match between her and Bianca at some point. Jade Cargill wins by pinfall. A fine match. It is what it is. I know you don't like it. So.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So from there we get Britt Baker with Giovanni backstage. They have breaking news today that 5-0 and wants to be elevated to the number 2 spot because next Monday he's going to wrestle on Elevation. It's called.
Yes, AEW Dark Elevation.
There we go. I made sure I got it right this time. So whatever is what it is. Poor Tony's got to be part of every single little promo package thing.
Tony gets around at those TV tapings.
Yeah, so much work. Anything you got to say about it or no?
And I was glad it ended quick.
That's what I figured. From there, we get the debut of Anthony Ogogo, Cole Cotter. This kid, Anthony Ogogo, first of all, I didn't even know he was an Olympic champion and all that. Pretty cool. I had no idea.
Yeah, they did a really good job building up his debut.
Right. So I'm surprised WWE chance at him if he wanted to. He's not there usually with the Olympic. So I don't know. But anyways, Anthony has some good. He's a pretty good sized guy, not too tall, but like thicker kind of looking guy. Definitely has some potential. Said it was a quick match. Anthony punches Cotter right in the stomach and stops the match from TKO. I guess. It is what it was. What'd you give it?
Short, sweet, to the point. It was effective in getting him over. I've seen the guy that he's worked with, Cotter, not to be confused with you.
No.
On some independent shows, and he's actually not that bad. Maybe there were other guys they could have put in his place with less talent. I didn't realize he'd only been in the industry for 7 months, though. If that information was accurate from the masked commentator on Dynamite.
Right on. Yeah, I didn't do any research. I didn't know about that, but going by what they did say. What do you think about Anthony Ogogo? A bright future or what?
No, just, it seems like there's someone there that they really could have developed a backstory to that they did absolutely nothing on. They just threw him out there.
Which
is like,
so
what's
weird,
the
right?
point?
Right. trying to get the story across. They love doing all the promos and stuff.
yeah.
This guy, they didn't do it. From there we get another poor Miro. Miro promo. Hating his time. Can't find Kip, and he's sick of looking for him. He's going on without Kip. I don't even know what happened last. So I don't know what it retains to. Did Kip not show up for something? I don't know.
All I know is they had that horrible match with the pretend arcade game surrounding ringside.
The week before.
Yeah, I don't know what might have happened last week to enhance this boring story that nobody cares
Well,
about.
as you guys do the chat along, tell us what happened. Maybe
all the diehard fans can let us know. Maybe Justin knows. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. From there, Mike Tyson comes out, but I had to say this. He came out in salmon shorts.
Yeah,
Did
he
you
was.
see that?
Well, you know what? He decided to go with the Matt Degnan collection out of Connecticut. Either that or he really didn't give a fuck. One of the two. Or maybe a little bit of both. I don't know.
And I do have
Iron Mike was not very dressed up for his appearance.
What's so funny is I have that written down. I go down. He has salmon shorts and he had those shoes on. The slides like Dan kind of look like. Not really.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to steal out of my wardrobe even a little bit.
I don't know. And he had he wasn't dressed to be like. I don't really understand where they were getting. Even had him put on a referee shirt or something. I mean,
even something that said AEW. If they were able to get a little mainstream publicity, at least get the logo on his T-shirt.
Something. Tape it on.
Anything.
Right. From there we get the match. Dad Hardwood, Wheeler, Jericho with Sammy Guevara. Ref kicks Tully out from ringside right away. You can only have one guy at ringside. I didn't even know that was a rule, but I guess. Both battling around the ring in the beginning. Jericho's looking real thick. Didn't you notice? Didn't he look thick?
He did look. Yeah, he did. He looked in a little better shape. Yeah.
From there we had match. Cash, Sammy go at it on the outside of the ring. Basically doing his, taking the chair away, taking a bat away. From there, the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle just all of a sudden out of nowhere come out from the back and start brawling down the ramp or whatever you want to call that. Tyson knocks out Cash Wheeler. Chris Jericho ends up pinning Dax for the win. The Inner Circle's standing tall in the ring. With the match,
match itself, it wasn't that bad, and then it just turned into an overbooked mess after the fact.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Why did they even bring him out? I just don't understand. Why did all of a sudden they meet? I don't know. Too much.
They can't resist. They have to try and get every human being with a pulse on that TV show every week.
Yeah, it blew me away. I didn't really understand it. There, we're backstage. We have the whole crew in the parking lot, which I mean the Young Bucks, the brothers, the Good Brothers, Omega and Callis. And you think you've seen it all. This happens, as John Cal says. This is the beginning. Omega gets on the microphone or whatever it was. Says we are sick of doing the same thing. What they want, when they want. Mac Jackson says they are back and the best tag team on the planet. Callis says, you wanted the old Kenny? You got him. You want the old Bucks? You got him. One thing about this is I'm Young Bucks always saying that the team on the planet. Seems like you have to say it so much because you don't believe it.
Right.
Like, why do you always have to say every promo, we're the best. We're the best. It's a wrestling common to say that, but every time, it's almost like they don't believe in themselves or they're doubt or somebody doubts they have to say sold after a while.
Doubt it, but that's all right. They didn't ask for my opinion.
And I was going to say, and honestly, I don't think they are the best tag team in the world. They're good, don't get me wrong, and they're talented, but they're not the best tag team in the world. So, I would much rather see the Usos any day over them.
Oh,
and that's
sure.
me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
I don't know. What the promo? Is it over the too much? Or?
It's getting to be that way if they have no new material every week.
I don't even know what I'm supposed to call them. What are they called? They didn't have a name. Called the Bullet Club? I don't even know. They didn't really
The non-Bullet Club maybe is the way to call it.
There you go. They didn't have a name. They didn't show any little video thing or anything on the show. Just put the crew because I didn't know what to call them.
The crew. All right, I'll go with that. I'll go with the crew.
I didn't know. From there we get video package Thunder Rosa, just about who she is and what she's been doing,
Yeah.
and
that
then we
was a
get a
great one.
match. We get a match. Returning Chris Statlander with Best Friends versus
Oh.
Amber Nova. Statlander, I think these are good talent
Yeah,
potential in her.
I always enjoy Martians on my wrestling shows.
I'm not saying her gimmick's good. I'm saying her work is pretty good. A quick match. Statlander wins by pinfall. Best Friends come in the ring. They hug and do all their stuff. Cassidy jokes a wash away thing with me. Match. So I guess that was the only bright spot for it.
It was
And
outstanding. It was
there you go.
outstanding.
All right.
I kept flipping the DVR back 10 seconds at a time so I could see more of the Martian.
Nice. From there, we're backstage. It's Team Taz. Basically, they're sick of waiting for an answer from Christian Cage joined Team T last week. So I'm glad they did so we would know what was going on. So we would have had no idea. But I guess they don't wait for anybody. And Ricky Starks was freaking out about it. And
A little hot under the collar.
Yeah, he got a little hot about Christian Cage not giving an answer. Brian Cage did a little bit too. So Taz tells both of them to stay out back. They're gonna handle it. Will Hobbs and him. So they stay out back. I don't know. Love Tone. I know we both love Team Taz. You know, we like Rick Star. So I guess it's something that happened last week. I should have went back and watched it, but it's on me. What do you think of the little segment, even though we really didn't know much about it?
Well, I think unfortunately someone's going to be breaking off of that group sooner than later, just as they're starting to develop into the unit that they are.
Right on. From there, Tony Schiavone's in the ring. He introduces Christian Cage. Christian Cage comes out and he gets on the mic and says he's here to outwork everyone. As he's saying that, Taz interrupts him, says, "Are you in or are you out? I'm sick of waiting for an answer. You don't make for an answer." Then Christian says it's a dumpster fire. Basically, the whole team Taz came to AEW to win titles. He answers it and says no. Taz cuts a great promo, and then so didn't Christian though too. I liked how he said, "Step on your wallet, maybe you'll be as tall," or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was funny.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. He said if you
And then I liked how they brought up his other partner, but they wouldn't name too. I couldn't stand either one of you. Thought that was kind of funny when they go there, but they don't go there. You know what I mean?
they walk the tightrope, so to speak.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like one of Cecil's podcasts.
Right, exactly. Will Hobbs ends up walking down to the ring and gets the upper hand on Christian Cage. It starts them laying. Basically, Will just beat on his old time. I gonna lead to a match that out of nowhere, right when that's over, we see Tay Conti and Ashita video package. They're gonna be fighting next week. And then right after that, before they go to commercial, we see Will Hobbs, Christian, which made, and then we see Ricky Starks versus Adam Page next week. Well, which I'm very excited for that match.
Yeah, that one has the potential to be very good, I think.
Yeah, I was very happy with that. I thought that's glad. I just couldn't believe how fast the turnaround. Tony Khan has made this match. Will Hobbs, like, wow, they were out there about a minute ago. He acts quick, that Tony Khan, huh?
Yeah, but graphics people too.
Yeah, right on. From there we get the TNT title match, main event: Darby Allin versus Matt Hardy. We obviously didn't see how Matt Hardy got the chance, but thank God they kind of went through it with us for a little pre-packed thing because, like we were saying, Matt Hardy starts off by beating Allin with the chair. Private Party, Butcher, and the Blade all come out and just start beating on Darby Allin. Doc Order and Sting come out and they fend off the group. Sting using the bat and the trash can. Lance Archer comes out, and I guess this happened last week between Sting and him because they're like almost allies now. They didn't do anything, look at each other. Lance Archer comes out and attacks Cassidy, then stares at Sting, but walks away. Sting randomly see that Sting just randomly walks away up the ramp too, like, had enough crap. I'm done. He doesn't stay out there or anything. I thought it was kind of funny. Darby and Matt brawl to the backstage area. Matt Hardy climbs the ladder, jumps off it onto Allin through a table. I couldn't believe that you did that. You know how Hardy's been. He hasn't done anything like that in a while.
Yeah.
Allen is beating Hardy with the bat now. Allen does the coffin drop onto Hardy through a table, pins Hardy to retain the title. I love that coffin drop a lot. I think that's a pretty cool move. But yeah, we had some good spots. It was what it was. I didn't know and said it was a falls count anywhere match. I had no idea. I didn't hear that during the whole
It was a
till
secret.
then. Yeah, other than that, yeah, that was the event. I thought it was an all right match. What do you think?
The Mad Hardy ship has sailed as far as I'm concerned. It was all right for what it is, I guess.
But I want to know, they have a lot of hardcore matches. I feel like match has with time on the card has shit involved.
Well, a lot of stipulations, if nothing else.
Right. I feel like every time I watch AEW, which is every week other than last week, there's all week something, some kind of table, chairs, something involved, or
some shit.
Yeah,
some shit.
Exactly. I graded a 6 out of 10 this week. Thought there were a few good things, a lot of bad things. 6 out of 10. I feel like I hated it, but I didn't love it, so I feel like that's a pretty good grade for it. What do you?
We were pretty close. I gave it 5 out of 10. I thought it was just kind of there. There was nothing exceptional. It was kind of cool to see Mike Tyson in his, summer beach wear. But other than that, not much to write home about on this one. Nothing atrocious like we see a lot of weeks, other than the Martian. But, I guess that's just part of the package that is AEW Dynamite right now.
Right on. Other than that, I don't have any news for W, so obviously we're not going to talk about anything else. I don't think you want to.
No, we'll save that for SmackDown.
Right on. So I didn't have no news coming out of AEW. Other than that, yeah.
Quiet week in the world of All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. Other than, they did some footage on there. They did have a show we talked about last Friday while we were in the state of Florida.
We missed it.
I read that it had, I couldn't get the right amount of fans, like how many fans were actually there. So I don't know. I just did some pictures. The fans, they were having a blast from the little highlight scene, but I don't know.
Well, good.
I don't know how did you read anything about it or anything?
Believe me, with everything else I had going on.
Yeah, I figured.
I did not read up on the AEW house show.
Yeah, you did. I just figured I'd throw it out there.
Looks like Howard's headed over to Dunkin' Donuts real quick.
Oh, gonna get.
I've never seen a man make his order at Dunkin' Donuts and return so quick. He does it, I guess, over the Dunkin' app, unless there's some gimmick that involves a free donut. That slows him down a little bit. But when he's just there to pick up his coffee and he returns, sometimes I don't even think he's out the door yet before it's swinging open for his return.
He loves it. He runs on Dunkin's.
Well, you can say I had Dunkin' Donuts down in Florida for the first time in a long time.
Yes, you did. We went miles looking for it.
Well, we had to make Glantz happy. He's an animal.
That's right. Yes, he is. But other than that, yeah, that's about it.
That's pretty much it. All right. Well, that's the world.
We have the Friday. We have SmackDown. Saturday we'll have the review for it, and we can talk about some WWE news. Obviously, there's some stuff that's gone on today.
Yeah, with all the releases coming, we'll maybe there may even be more. So maybe it's a good thing we are biting our tongues for the time being. But fans, what did you think of AEW? If you're watching the premiere tonight, Thursday night at 9 p.m., the premiere chat is open. Share your thoughts. We are always interested. If you're watching after the fact, leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget, After Wrestle House, which was a very expensive endeavor, folks. We need all the help we can get from you. A big-time thumbs up on this video helps. If you subscribe to the channel for free, no cost, that helps an awful lot. And if you could share the link across social media, here, there, and everywhere, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Facebook wrestling groups, wrestling websites. Let them know what we're up to, especially with the original talk shows like we have coming up at the top of the hour at 10 p.m. The eBay store is always open for business 24/7 worldwide. We have some great merchandise there. We're always adding to it. And most important, we want you to join the familia, the Patreon family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling, where you get the early ad-free access to Wrestling Insiders. Our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library that's been seen by millions online. millions more on The Howard Stern Show. You get some Patreon-exclusive news, you get Patreon-exclusive videos, and you have the knowledge that you are a fine, high-quality human being that helps keep Wrestling Legends working just for a couple of bucks a month. Again, patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. We have a lot coming up. As we noted, we're trying to figure things out with Demolition Axe. We have New Jack coming to us in the month of May. Are we going to have a watch-along Sunday? I know I was asked today, but I didn't know how to respond.
I don't know. That's what were you thinking about doing?
Well, I know at one point we had discussed Barely Legal, but I don't know if we can do it now because I don't know if it exists.
Well, I can take a look on Peacock and find out, and I can let you know.
All right. I want you to examine the cock and let us know what's going on. And that's Peacock on NBC for those in the room.
Yes.
They really are wondering what I'm talking about over here with the headsets on. So we'll figure something out, folks. Stay tuned to social media. We'll keep you updated. At the very latest, we will be back with our next television review of SmackDown Saturday night at 9 p.m. And don't forget, the top of the hour tonight, we're back with Marty Jannetty. Keep those super chats coming. We need them. Wrestle House threw us off course for the month, and we need to make up for it. For my partner in crime, Mr. Dave Cotter, I'm Dan Mirade. Again, we'll see you at 10 p.m. with Marty Jannetty. The World Wrestling Federation was live at the Worcester Memorial Auditorium in Worcester, Massachusetts, April the 15th, 1982. In the opening contest, Lawrence Sosi beat Baron Mikel Cicluna via disqualification. Blackjack Mulligan with the win over Steve Travis. Tony Atlas and S.D. Jones defeated WWF Tag Team Champions Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito via disqualification in a best 2 out of 3 falls match. Jesse the Body Ventura with the win over Rick McGraw. And in the main event, Andre the Giant defeated Adrian Adonis. If you were in Worcester live, share your memories in the comment section below. Use the links in the description box to keep Wrestling Legends working in our eBay store and on our world-renowned Patreon streaming service so we can bring you more interactive superstar shoot interviews to relive the good old days of professional wrestling. Check it out. Boston wrestling sports in the MWF explodes into a new year with professional wrestling content galore and need you to join our family. Every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. after our Monday Night Raw review, it's Wrestling Insiders at your house with WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. after NXT and AEW, join rotating legends on Wrestling Insiders Special Edition. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after our NXT and Dynamite review, it's Marty Jannetty's no-holds-barred sex, drugs, and rock and roll journey on Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. Friday night after SmackDown, don't miss John Cena Sr.'s Wrestling Insiders Fabulous Fridays. Plus, look for classic clips, history videos, bonus live episodes, pay-per-view watch-alongs, and more. For less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, get early ad-free access to our Wrestling Insider talk shows, our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library, and help keep Wrestling Legends working during the worst of times. Join our growing family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. Expect the unexpected in 2021.